Are you trying to buy a house in Houston? Here are my 5 tips to write an offer like a boss. Okay, number 1, show the money. What does that mean? That means that if you're serious about buying this house, then you need to make sure that you've got your pre-approval letter or your proof of funds ready to go, okay? So you've gone through the process, you've submitted the application with the lender of your choice, and you've received a letter that says, yeah, barring anything crazy, we're gonna let you have the money to buy this house. Or let's say you're just paying cash, then you're gonna need to show the bank statements that show you have that proof of money and proof of funds in order to purchase that home. Okay, it lets the seller know that you're serious about buying this house. You're not just playing around. Number 2, and bear with me, this is going to seem a little odd, but stick with me, okay? Number 2, decide if you really want this house, okay? This is not the market to be timid, to be a timid buyer. Timid buyers don't win in this market because there's fierce competition to buy homes. Inventory is low, and so you need to be smart with your strategies that you use to make sure that you don't A, pay too much, or B, get taken advantage of in this scenario. And you have to be ready and willing to do that and work with your real estate agent in order to win these homes. If you're thinking you're going to come in and you're going to write an amazing offer, but you're going to have this super secret escape clause that it's going to let you get out of it, and you think that the seller is going to take it because they see it's such an amazing offer, no, they're savvy enough to recognize your escape clause, otherwise known as an option period here, and they're going to weigh that against the other offer. This is particularly true if you're in a price point under $300,000. If you're looking to buy a home under $300,000, you need to be savvy about the kind of offers that you're writing to make sure that you're going to have a chance to win this house and be able to move into that home. Okay, number 3, recognize that time, inflation, and interest rates are going against you. I know it can be very difficult to pull the trigger and say, yes, let's try to win this house. The thing about interest rates is that the higher they go, the less buying power that you have, okay? So as our interest rates go up, whereas once you may have qualified for a $350,000 house, now you may only qualify for a $335,000 house. Now that is a drastic example, but it's something that, given our current circumstances, may actually be true. Okay, so if you sit and wait to make a decision, that home may not be available tomorrow when you're ready to pull the trigger, number 1. And number 2, that time that you've lost may have actually impacted the overall buying power that you're eligible for. Number 4, you may need to bring extra cash to the table. What do I mean by that? Well, for some homes in some areas, we're seeing go well over the listed price, and we find that the appraisal values are a little bit lower. It doesn't matter if your home had 10 offers and all 10 of those offers were at a higher price. They really don't take that into consideration. The appraisers that we're seeing here really only look at sold values for comparison. So if the rate of change of the market is faster than the appraisers can keep up, you may end up with a low appraised value. Now, what does that mean for you? Doesn't necessarily mean that the seller is going to drop the price, because he may have an offer, a backup offer that's been executed and waiting to go, and all they're waiting to see is whether or not your offer is going to fall through. So just recognize that. And that also, pro tip here, share that information with your agent, because your real estate agent, their job is to create that big picture in order to get the objective that you want. Okay, and if your objective is to buy a house under $300,000 in this area, then understand that that agent is going to be able to paint for you how to do that given your circumstances. All right. All right. Number 5. Number 5 on my pro tips of how to make an offer like a boss. Number 5, look at the big picture here. Okay. It can be buying a house is a very emotionally fraught process. For as much as we try to say, I'm going to be stoic and I'm going to look at just the numbers and I'm not going to be emotionally connected to a house, we all do it. I did it when I moved into this house here, okay? So look at the big picture, especially given the way the prices are. Maybe the prices are a little bit higher than you would like. Okay? The question then you need to ask yourself is, do you plan to move in 2 years? Do you plan to move in 5 years or 10 years? Because the answer to that question is going to help you decide if now is the right time to buy a house. Okay? If you're looking at a long-term game, you're in it. Okay? You're going to be in it and you're going to be able to reap the benefits of long-term home ownership. If for some reason you anticipate that you may have to move in a couple of years, well, now we have some other questions that we need to ask. Okay? Why might you be moving in a couple of years? Would it make sense to anticipate ahead of time and move to that location now versus wait 2 years to do it? Are you active duty military and you might have to move? Are you active duty military buying a brand new construction home and you may have to move in 2 years using a VA loan and no money down? You see what I'm saying? There are all of these different moving parts that really we need you to look at the larger picture and say, okay, is this now the right time to move? And if the answer is still yes, then we need to make an offer like a boss. My name is Cynthia Contreras. I am with the Houston, Texas home team. HTHT in the house. If you like this video, please hit subscribe. Is it over here? It's probably over here, huh? Please hit subscribe. Click that notification bell. I drop new videos every Monday at 9. Bye. What does a boss look like? Like this. Strong. We's gonna need to edit that one out.